Welcome to the Success Corner, where I bring you amazing women in the mortgage and real estate business. And I am so excited because today I have Cassie King. Cassie, thank you for being here.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. So I am going to tell you a little bit about Cassie. Cassie is with Zeudy Real Estate Company. She is on her third year in real estate. And only in her third year, she made the 35 Under 35 award from Real Producers. If you are in the real estate business, you know who Real Producers are. And in 2020, she had $7 million in business and sales. That was her first full year. 2021, $10 million. In 2022, her goal is $12 million. Well, again, welcome.
Well, thank you. That was lovely.
Yeah, well, you're lovely. And I want you to tell us in your own words a little bit about yourself, Cassie.
I started in real estate about 3 years ago, and originally I was in the marketing department at a corporate office at Tupperware Brands Corporation.
Wow.
While I was in college, working full-time there and going to school full-time, realized corporate wasn't quite for me. I already had my real estate license because I had gotten that right out of high school.
Right out of high school?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
What made you go and get your real estate license after high school?
Well, my whole family's in real estate, so I come from 3 generations of real estate. My mom, my dad, all 4 of my grandparents, all 10 of my aunts and uncles. Everyone has some capacity in real estate, mostly real estate agents.
Amazing. So it's in your blood.
I guess so. But so it's pretty crazy because my mom had a team back in the 90s, one of the first teams. It was kind of before teams existed.
Wow.
She's the one that trained everyone. So they always did it. I always told myself growing up I am not going to do real estate, but I was surrounded by it at all times. But here I am, and I love it. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I have some questions here for you. So what did you love the most about real estate?
My favorite part is really building the relationships with people. It's crazy how many people I talk to every day and how many people I meet and get to know them very well and help people grow financially, personally. And even if they want to become an agent professionally, things like that, because seeing what real estate does for people is pretty incredible.
It is pretty incredible. I mean, you're doing the biggest purchase they will make in their life.
Yeah. And
So-
it's a great thing for investment. I mean, you go and you sell it, and then you can move to a bigger home as your family grows. So it kind of grows with you. So it's pretty beautiful.
And you can see the families growing.
Yeah.
You know, if they don't have kids, next thing they have kids. Kids are growing up, college, high school. Anyways, it's amazing. So you started in 2019. What month? In 2000?
July.
Okay, July.
Yeah.
And then, so you're 6 months into the business, brand new, and COVID hit. How did you navigate that?
Yeah, so I mean that was challenging for every agent or for every business really. Everything shifted. You had to do things differently, talk to people differently because everybody was very opinionated and
Paranoid.
Paranoid, and everyone has their own, so you kind of have to adapt to each person's personality. But I think what really made it to where I was successful is that I did already have 6 months under my belt, and I worked very hard during that initial 6 months to be able to get to know the regular real estate world. So, and I had great mentorship. So, and I will never discount that. So, having that behind me really, really helped to be able to move forward and adapt.
I'm glad you brought mentorship because I believe that everyone should have a coach, a mentor. So how has that impacted your business?
It's impacted my business greatly. I mean, I have somebody that I can go to at any time to kind of run things past them professionally, but also personally. I mean, in 2020, I was able to purchase my first home, and my mentor does a lot of renovations, and he helped me know how to renovate my home and things like that. So kind of helps set up a plan because they've already been through what you're going through. So if you just listen, put your own opinions aside, then you can really speed up the learning curve process. And I think that was very important for especially that jump between 2019 and the changes that happened in 2020.
Okay, and just so for other real estate agents, a lot of them, they just want to come in, get the real estate license and go on their own, right? Again, piggyback into the coach and mentor, how important is to go under someone instead of trying to do it all yourself?
Yes, I am a firm believer that teams are a great way to start. I think you need that mentorship to be able to really get going, because you have to, in order to not get discouraged in the beginning, you need to experience quick growth. And the only way to do that is from having somebody on your side. My mom's always said, 100% of nothing is still nothing. So if you go to an office where you get 100% commission, but you're not getting any support, any leads, nothing, it's still nothing. So 60%, whatever the split may be, if you're getting the support you need, the training and the leads in the beginning, you really need that to get going.
Yeah, and I've heard about a lot from realtors that try to do it all themselves in the beginning because, they want to go 100% commission. And this is not about the commission so much, but they realize that they can't do it.
Yeah.
They can't do it all. They don't know it all.
Right.
They don't know anything. I mean, there's so much involved in real estate.
It's impossible. I mean, you have to know marketing. You have to know people management skills. You have to know sales. You have to know so many different things that not one single person can manage. I mean, again, I'm also a person of leave the professional work to the professionals. I'm not going to pretend to be a lender. I'm not going to pretend to be a photographer. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to focus on what my job is.
I love it. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, so we are in a very seller market driven market. I know you do both sides, but for the most part, you work with buyers.
Yes.
How are you navigating this very competitive market, low inventory? How are you doing it, Cassie?
It's a lot. It's heartbreaking sometimes. I think what's making the difference is having, I guess they call it emotional EQ instead of just IQ.
What is that?
Just being in tune with people and how they are feeling throughout the process, and really knowing how to best guide that particular person, because it's very easy to get discouraged right now as a buyer. And if you just keep strong and know that the right house is out there and the right one will come to you eventually, it just might take some time. It is very frustrating though, and I see how it gets discouraging for many, but I think keeping people's hopes up and just kind of being their cheerleader throughout to keep them going is important right now.
And you mentioned something really important. You have to care.
Yes.
You have to care about your clients. It's not just a transaction. You're dealing with real people.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, feelings are real. Sometimes, I've told people even recently, hey, let's take a break this weekend. I'll call you. Don't call me until Tuesday. And it's not for me, it's for you. Remember that. So things like that kind of help. And it's very competitive. So, and really just guiding them in the right direction, saying, hey, this house is listed for this. This is what's going to win you the offer. Do I think it's worth that much? Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I'll let you know. And just being honest and genuine about that. And then letting them know what it's going to take to get to there. And if that's too much, just tell me where you're comfortable. And may the best offer win at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, again, talking about the low inventory, I have the privilege of working some deals with you.
Yes.
Talk to me about your strategy behind writing those offers. And before you answer that question, I also want to say that as a lender, I call the listing agent and I let them know how well these buyers are, how well pre-approved they are, how strong they are. As you know, I don't issue just a pre-qualification. We issue a real pre-approval. And more than once, not only one realtor, but multiple, they always tell me, the way Cassie presented this offer made my job so easy. I've heard things like, some other agents are presenting offers and I have no idea what they want me to present to my seller. The way Cassie has presented this offer has made my job a lot easier, because, right now listing agents have to review, 50 offers, 20 offers. I don't know, maybe I'm exaggerating. But guys, I'm going to let Cassie tell you without spilling all your secrets, of course, how to write that winning offer?
Yeah, so I always make sure first is to have all the paperwork clean, tidy. I have a certain order that I put every document in, making sure it's all signed and it looks nice. Also keeping things brief and simple. Like say if you're promising to pay above appraised value or putting a clause like that in there. I try to keep it 1 or 2 sentences, not a whole paragraph like other agents do. Things like that. And then when I'm sending the offer over, always putting a bullet point list, keeping that brief too. I used to do a nice story about the buyer because the multiple offer situation used to really only be maybe 2 or 3 offers. So that kind of gives it that heart feel to it. But now when agents are going through like 15, 30, even up to 50 offers I've seen,
that makes sense.
It's too much to go through. So keeping it brief and simple to the point of what sets you apart from the other offers, I think is important. And also, again, going back to talking with the buyer and structuring even the offer with them, hey, this is what's going to win it. This is what I think it's worth. What point are you comfortable? If you want the house that bad, this is where you're going to have to be. And usually when we're doing escalation clauses, I mean, and things like that are just surpassing the offer by 1, we almost always hit it just barely at the very top. So I guess I get close every time. So
well, you know what you're doing. So how are you adapting to the ever-changing real estate market? I mean, again, 2019 was a completely different market. Then 2020 was different. I feel like 2021 is just crazy. And what are you seeing now? How do you stay up to date with everything?
It's changing by the month. I mean, really every 2 months it seems, especially last year going into this year, it's changed a lot. The easiest thing for me, I am thankful that, well, I'm thankful and I'm not almost, because all of my friends are in real estate. My entire family is in real estate. So Christmas, Thanksgiving, dinner, anything, like we are 100% talking about real estate and what we're doing in the market and what's going on, what's working, what's not. So just constantly being in that network helps, and it's enjoyable because we all love what we do. It doesn't really feel like work as much, even though we're at like a family dinner.
Absolutely.
Talking about, I submitted 10 offers this weekend. You know, it's just whatever it is. But yeah, that helps to be able to adapt and get ready for change on what's coming. And then also, I really like keeping current matters. I read a lot of their blog posts and do a little bit of reading on those kinds of things too to keep up.
Yeah, so stay up to date with what's going on in the market. And
I ask you a lot of questions.
Okay, well, and I'm happy to, answer your questions.
Yes.
And when you're talking about, talking to your family and just being around other people that are in real estate, make me think about, you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So for those agents that, again, they want to be by themselves, they think they can do it all by themselves, it's just another reason to join a team, and a successful team.
Yes.
Also, right? Like you have to have the right mindset. You have to stay positive because, like you said before, it's easy to get discouraged, not only as a buyer, but also as an agent. I mean, you are 100% commission. I mean, you're doing a lot of work, and until you get that offer accepted, nothing's going to happen. So it is important to, have that positive mindset. And, if you're not part of a team, perhaps become part of a mastermind or
some kind of group to help you network with other agents.
Exactly.
I mean, if that's the business you want to be in, you should surround yourself with it. That's the only way I made it through my first 6 months and was able to have as much knowledge I did to be ready for COVID to hit. So I think that's really important.
Yeah, and yes, they are all realtors, real estate agents, but you don't have to see it as a competition, right?
No.
It's friendships, maybe they are the listing agent of a property.
Exactly.
You're going to be the buyer's agent. It helps. It helps to have the network of other successful real estate agents.
The worst thing you can do is compare yourself to others. I mean, if you do that, then you're constantly going to feel like you're one step behind, no matter what point you're at. So you don't want to feel that way because that gets discouraging for yourself in an already discouraging market. So.
Exactly. I know. I love that. And you just brought that up. So what makes you different from other agents? You said don't compare yourself, be yourself.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like a lot of agents say the same things, but really just keeping a positive mindset as much as possible, because it does get hard. Being genuine and actually caring about your people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard for me not to, but for somebody that might have a hard time connecting with someone, it might be a very challenging job for them.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, just being genuine and being responsive and being there when you're needed, and that's pretty much it. You have to, in order to be there all the time, though, you do have to take care of yourself. Mm-hmm. So that's also important.
And you knew that was my next question. Maybe she knew, maybe she didn't. So I'm all about fitness, and how do you incorporate self-care into your life? Because this is a very stressful job.
Yes. Well, you are very much more into fitness than I, but since I have been in real estate, I have worked a little bit harder on fitness and fitness goals. I was doing kickboxing 3 times a week before. Last year I tried that, and it was great, but I wasn't making it as much. I kind of fell off. So what I have found, what I started doing this year is I started a new gym membership, and I'm trying to go every single day, every morning.
That's awesome.
But not doing anything crazy, because then I won't want to come ever again.
You're like dying,
so, yeah.
sore for 4 days, and then of course.
Yeah, so I don't do anything super strenuous, just simple things, get moving, and then I get to treat myself by going in the sauna afterwards, because I love going in the sauna. That's my thing. I like reading my book in there, and the gym that I have now also has a hot tub and a cold plunge and a steam room, so that's very enjoyable for me.
Absolutely,
So.
and just finding that activity that you love.
Yeah.
Even if you're saying that you're doing a little bit every day adds up. Mm-hmm. Okay, adds up at the end of the week, at the end of the month, and at the end of the year, you did more than if you just went hard 1 day a week.
Exactly. And it's very much in line with the book I'm reading right now. Actually, it's called The Slight Edge. I highly recommend it. I don't remember who it's by right now, but it's a great book, and I would highly recommend that one. It kind of is about, doing a little bit every day, and things build over time. Like, you don't just, they use an example today that I read. You don't just build a wall out of nowhere, a strong wall at least. You have to build it 1 brick at a time and do it perfectly each time. And it might take some time. So.
I love it. 1 brick at a time. And well, tell me about this 35 under 35. This is really exciting.
Yeah, it was super exciting actually. I was surprised to be in it, I guess, but it was a great surprise. And actually, you can only be in it 1 time, and it was perfect because my best friend started in real estate with me about the same time. We were college roommates, we went to high school together, and we both started in real estate around the same time, and she actually made it at the same time, so it was a great experience. We got to go to all these events and go to dinners and stuff like that together to celebrate, us being in real estate.
Absolutely, and you deserve it.
Yeah.
Cassie, thank you so much for being
you,
here.
Zeudy.
I think everything you shared was amazing.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna get to know you a little better. And again, everything that she shared is so important for you to become a better real estate agent. Take this serious as a career, and I hope you got some very good nuggets from this interview.
Yeah,
Thank you again,
definitely.
Cassie.
Thank you, Zeudy. Thank you for having me.
Bye.